Hi, welcome to Moonbeam's Messages. This is a collective love reading for Leo. As this is a collective reading, it will not resonate for everybody, so please take what resonates and leave what doesn't. If you don't find anything in this message for yourself, then please check your other placements and you may find a message in there for you. Now, as this is just a general love reading, it could relate to a past person, a present person, or a future person yet to come in. It is whatever message Spirit wants to bring up today. If you do like your message today, don't forget to hit that thumbs up button. It will help pass the message on to anybody else that needs to hear it. And if you want to hear more from me, don't forget to press subscribe if you haven't already. And if you press that notification bell, it will let you know whenever I do load new content. So let's get into your reading. So can we get some cards for the love situation you would like to bring up for Leo, please, Spirit? Okay, so the overall energy for this reading is the Six of Cups. Now that's in the reverse, so that is something to do with something from the past, potentially something that it didn't end well. Maybe it is a soul connection that you've had that has ended. It could very well be that you're looking at the past in however you're viewing it. It could very well have something to do with you may be viewing it in a particular light that isn't quite what it was. So if you are reminiscing over the past, thinking how great it was, it may not have been as great as you're thinking it was. If you are reminiscing, thinking how things was really horrific, they may not have been as bad as you think. It is suggesting to me that you are very much looking at the past in rose-coloured glasses, and yeah, it could even have something to do with children. Maybe there's some falling out that's happened and children are involved as well. Like I say, it could have something to do with things that are going back to childhood as well. Maybe somebody that far back in your childhood could have something to do with a past relationship. So this read could very well be to do with a past person. Maybe it's a relationship that you've already left, and it's something where you're looking at the past and you're trying to reevaluate the situation and you're reevaluating the relationship, but you may be looking at it slightly one-sided. It could even be that this is something that stems back to childhood. Like I say, it could be somebody with that far back in your past, in your childhood, that may have left some lasting impressions on you. It might even be, like I say, a soul contract that you've had, somebody from a past life where things didn't end in a particularly great way. And this is very much the energy for the read. Now, in your particular energy, we do have a Four of Swords and a Ten of Wands. Both of those are in the upright. So it's suggesting to me that you're trying to do some serious healing to get over some potential heartbreak. You may be spending some time on your own, some isolation. And we do have a Ten of Wands as well. So you are feeling quite a burden at the moment. And it's suggesting to me that, you've got a lot on your plate. You may be trying to carry a significant amount. Maybe taking time out to do some healing, some inner work could be quite a burden for you. Potentially relationships. The concept of a relationship could be a bit of a burden for you at the moment. Whether that is, a burden because of a person from the past, whether it is just the nostalgia having a bit of a burden on you. Let's get some clarification of this. But yeah, that Four of Swords is very much, like I say, isolation, time alone, doing some healing. On this particular one, he's doing some meditating in front of the Four of Swords. It's very much, healing. It can be that you may be healing from some sort of physical ailment as well. maybe you're spending some time in a hospital, or just away from other people, isolating yourself. You may have COVID, maybe. Let's get clarification on this Four of Swords and Ten of Wands. We've got cards jumping out. So a lot of cards to clarify. So many cards. So we have a Queen of Wands, which is potentially your energy, very much knowing what you want, very fiery, very passionate, quite sexy, confident. Now, I say Queen, you know, you could be very much masculine. Gender is fluid in tarot, so it's just personality traits, so take it as it resonates. We do have a Five of Wands in the reverse. Now that is telling me that you may have been going through some conflict. You are walking away from conflict itself, so potentially the conflict could have been with something from the past. Could have been some inner conflict that you're going through, especially with this Four of Swords. I mean, this Ten of Wands is very much the end of a path as well. So it could be that, you know, whatever conflict you've been going through has been a big burden on you. We have the Sun in the reverse, which is interesting because the Sun is here in the reverse in your person's energy. So you don't feel happy at all at the moment. Something's not clear for you. You don't feel like you've got all the information to hand, and you're not very happy at the moment. You don't feel like you're being fulfilled. We also have the Judgment in the reverse. So you also are very much... It's like you've had a wake-up call, but you're not acting on it. So something, you need to make a decision on something, but you're not making a decision. You're kind of stuck, ignoring it, whatever that decision is. We have a Seven of Swords in the reverse, which is telling me that, again, there could have been some more conflict. Now, the Seven of Swords as well, when it's in the upright, it's the, you know, the lying, cheating, stealing card. In the reverse, it's very much somebody doing something in secrecy, but they're ready to come and communicate and lay all the cards out on the table. So potentially you may be wanting to communicate with somebody. Somebody may want to communicate with you. Maybe there's some truths that need to come out, and, you know, everything needs to come out on the table. Possibly that may be what is going on with this Judgment, possibly to do with the Sun as well, because it's like there's something that you're not quite clear on. Something hasn't happened yet. Something isn't out fully in the Sun. Something's not completely clear. And potentially either you or somebody else needs to come clean on something in order for that to, you know, come to complete clarity and for you to see what's actually there. We have a Three of Swords in the reverse. So it does suggest, again, you're healing from heartbreak, which is potentially, again, what that Four of Swords is suggesting, that, you know, you have gone through some heartbreak and you are healing from it. And we also have a Ten of Swords in the reverse, so it's also suggesting that you've had some sort of betrayal happen as well, which you are trying to walk away from. You could be feeling a little bit stuck because of that betrayal. Potentially you have you've kind of got yourself stuck in a bit of a position. Maybe you're overthinking a little bit as well regards to that, but that's definitely a card of being stabbed in the back, being betrayed. Yeah, and just, it's not very nice energy, I'll be honest. At least it's in the reverse though, so you might be feeling a little bit stuck, but it is an ending. So again, another 10. Now you've got a few 10s out here, so if you are into your angel numbers, you know, if you do see reoccurring numbers all over the place, do check out your angel numbers. It's usually that you're on the right path, but there might be something that you need to do to keep yourself on that track. And sometimes you can have a message from the angels just to give you that helpful nudge, because, like I say, you've got 2 10s out so far. We also have 2 3s as well. Now, In your person's energy, they've got this Sun card in the reverse. So again, they're not feeling happy at all either. Now, I still don't know if this is a past person or a present person or a future person. All I can see is that this is not a happy person. And like I say, you're mirroring their energy with that Sun card. So they're not very happy. They don't feel emotionally fulfilled. They are in the dark on something as well. And there may be children involved. Their card's got children on. So whatever this is, it could involve children as well. So maybe you've got children with this person. Maybe they've got children and they have to consider the children with regards to any sort of relationship. So maybe they don't know how you're feeling about them. If it's somebody new, let's get clarification on the Sun card. Okay, so we've got the Wheel of Fortune in the reverse, which is telling me that they've got a lesson that needs to be learnt still. Now, this could be your energy and this could be your person's, and it could be, it could be swapped around. So whichever energy fits for you, take it. But yeah, this is very much telling me that there's a lesson that still needs to be learned. They've not fully learnt a lesson just yet. We do have a King of Wands as well. So that is the King of Wands and the Queen of Wands. So this is a divine counterpart. This is a power couple. Very much. Whoever this is, whether you're the king of the queen of, whichever energy you represent, you're counterparts for each other. You're very much a very good match. The King of Wands, again, is somebody that's very ambitious, very driven, very focused on what he wants, very passionate. He is very, I'm trying to think of the word. He's very loyal. He is a great commander, a great leader. And then we have the Two of Cups. So they're not happy, but they want to have a relationship. It could very well be that they don't know how you're feeling, and something's going on with this Wheel of Fortune. What's this Wheel of Fortune, Spirit? What lesson does that person need to learn? It could be with regards to a King of Wands. Maybe they need to learn a dose of confidence. What's the Wheel of Fortune, Spirit? Okay, so we've got the Death. Oh no, the Knight of Swords. Now the Knight of Swords came out to the side. So potentially clarity is something that is missing from them, or that they need to. There's a lesson they need to learn about clarity. Potentially forward movement, honesty, truth. Now, when the Knight of Swords is in the reverse as well, it can be somebody that jumps to conclusions very easily. So possibly this is something that your person is learning about, learning not to jump to conclusions. They want clarity. They want clear, open communication. So maybe this is something that is this is something with that wheel. It's very much a communication card. Potentially the speed of communication as well could be something that they are having to deal with, because the Knight of Swords is the fastest moving card in the deck. He's very much charged straight in to get what he wants. And this is very much maybe, the part of their lesson is to learn to have patience. Especially if you're healing, they may have to wait for you to heal. But like I say, there's definitely something going on here where there isn't full clarity. And I think that you've not got clarity and they've not got clarity on the situation. So maybe neither of you know how each other's feeling. But they're definitely seeing some sort of, like I say, they're seeing some potential in this with this Two of Cups. And like I say, you've got the King of Wands, they've got the King of Wands. You've got the Queen of Wands. So you are showing up as divine counterparts in this. Now, how you're currently viewing this as a potential relationship, we've got a Three of Pentacles in reverse. So you're not willing to work on whatever this is. You're quite happy to be on your own. You don't see the point in working together with somebody. It could be that if this is something where you're separated or in a potential relationship at the moment and you're going through a patch of trouble and your person wants to involve a counsellor, this is very much you saying, no, not a chance. You don't see the point. You don't want to do that. It could just simply be that you are not willing to put in effort into a relationship. This is very much a not having the skills to do it, not having the skills to work together, not wanting to work together, wanting to just be on your own. Let's get clarification of this Three of Pentacles, Spirit. So we've got the Four of Cups, so very much being bored with the situation. So this could very much be, it's like you're bored with the situation, you are fantasizing over something else, you potentially may not even see what's in front of you. A lot of the time when you've got a divine counterpart and you're overlooking things, it's because you may not have done enough inner healing work yourself. So it's potential. I mean, it's a good thing that you're doing your healing work though, because if this is your energy, I mean, it could very well be theirs, that they're about being bored and, you know, missing what's in front of them. But usually when you've got a counterpart, it's like it's been constructed for you. It's like the spirit in the universe trying to, you know, give you a gift, and this is potentially somebody not seeing that gift in front of them. Now we have a Seven of Wands as well, so somebody is feeling very defensive. Potentially one person is feeling very assertive. So whether this is you, whether this is them, somebody is feeling very much on the defense. They've got the boundaries up, they're standing up for themselves. So I'm not sure what's gone on, but this suggests to me like you could be separated from this person. It might not be. It could just be that if it's a new relationship, a new person, it could just be that somebody's gone through a lot and they've got their guards up and you just feel like it's going to be too much work and you probably want things to be a lot easier. We've got the Moon card. So again, not having the clarity of the situation, very much things being in the dark. This could also be that you're scared of how the relationship could potentially go, because the Moon card can also highlight fears. So maybe maybe you're scared of what would come out into the light if you were to work on things. And then we have the Death card in the reverse as well. So it's not something that has come to an end. So potentially this is a relationship you're in and you're holding on to it. If not, you're holding on to something about potentially not wanting to work on it. But this is very much energy that needs to come to an end. This is when the Death card's in the reverse, it's very much, it's a delayed ending to something. So it doesn't have to be a relationship. It could be a thought pattern, a habit, something that's not serving you. It needs to come to an end, but you're holding on to it. One of you is, you're holding on to it tight to stop it ending. But once it's ended, it will transmute into something better. You can, you learn new things. You build things better. It's like you evolve. So that Death card's like a card of evolution, but it's like you're holding off the evolution. You don't want to change. You're stuck on. It's like you're stuck in where you are. You're trying to prevent changing and growing. It's like you don't want to grow as a person. You're kind of trying to delay it. If it's not you, it is your person. But one of you does not want to grow up. Not necessarily grow up, but one of you doesn't want to evolve. It could very well be that you're on different frequencies at the moment and somebody is sitting in a lower vibration because they're not doing the work. They're not doing something, and it's like it's keeping you separate, maybe. And that's why I think that's why everything's in the dark, because somebody's not letting something go. So it's keeping things in the dark. It's keeping you both stuck in an unhappy situation because something's not been let go yet. Once that's been let go, then you probably find that things start clearing up and, the light gets shone and, the sun cards should turn up right. Now, what we've got as a challenge in regards to this relationship progressing and working, we've got a Two of Pentacles. So this is telling me that something is a bit out of balance. So this could very much be that somebody may be doing too much work, not enough work-home life balance. Could be that they're putting in too many things. There might be too many options available. Potentially somebody has got multiple suitors. And it's like completely multitasking, juggling a lot of different things, potentially a lot of different people. And it is very much somebody finding balance and harmony, making the choice of what they're going to balance in their life and not balancing, juggling too many people, I should say. You know, getting that right home life work balance, not being a workaholic. Not having multiple people that you're juggling around, picking the one that works the best to balance out with you. I say you, could be your person. Alright, let's get clarification of the Two of Pentacles, please, Spirit. Usually I only get 3 cards for clarification, but it keeps chucking out multiple ones, so we'll see what comes out. Get one more, please, Spirit. Just going to say no because you've already got half the deck out. Me too. Okay. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. So we have the Emperor and the Empress in reverse. Wow. Again, divine counterparts. This time, I mean, they're still divine counterparts, but they are in the reverse. In the upright, they're an absolute power couple. Fantastic. In the reverse, something's not quite right. So the Emperor in the reverse is somebody who can be very controlling. He can be aggressive. Not a nice person. A bit like a dictator. Has to have everything their way. You know, no compromise, no trying to work on things, which very much mirrors this Three of Pentacles as well. Not wanting to work on things. It's their way or the highway. If you don't like it, tough kind of energy. Now, if that King of Wands was in the reverse, I would have suggested that there could potentially be a little bit, maybe somebody who might have some narcissistic tendencies. I'm not going to say a narcissist because, you know, unless they've been diagnosed, everybody has all got some narcissistic tendencies. I have got some narcissistic tendencies, but I'm not a narcissist. Like my need to, I like to be right. I'm fully aware that I'm not always right, but I like to be right, and that's a narcissistic tendency. But I accept, you know, I've learned that that is a tendency that is not nice, and I accept that I can be wrong, and it's something that I've been learning from. But this is suggesting to me that somebody may have some of those very negative controlling traits. It could be that somebody is... see, the Empress and the Emperor, they're the King and the Queen... the Mum and Dad of the deck as well. So it could very well be that this could be a past relationship and the two of you are parents to somebody. But you've had a big falling out. That could be why they're in the reverse. It could be that you could have parents that are influencing this in a negative way. You could have somebody that's extremely controlling. Now, the Empress in the reverse, the traits for that, it's very much somebody that is not in touch with themselves. They're not feeling abundant. She's very much out of touch. She's got no confidence. She is completely overwhelmed. It's like there's too much all at once. So, I mean, part of this balancing that needs to be dealt with could very well be balancing out the need for control and the need to balance out. What is it? I'm trying to think of what the word is. So you got the need for control and the need for just cooperation. Not just cooperation, the need for peace and harmony and abundance. Trying to get rid of or balance out those negative traits. We do have the Four of Swords as well in the reverse. Oh, yeah. Which is telling me that somebody really needs to do some deep, deep inner healing. So where you're over here doing some inner healing, someone needs to do some massive inner healing. Now, the potential challenge with regards to that, I mean, I've got a feeling that somebody hasn't done their shadow work, because with this here telling me about the need for healing, it could very well be that somebody has not done all of their shadow work, and they haven't got through whatever traits these are going through, showing for them. It could be that maybe there's been toxic things from from someone's past that is very much influencing the way that they look at things in the future. Again, that need for control is particularly potent. A lack of self-confidence with that Empress. It could be that, maybe one of you is one and one of you is the other. Maybe somebody's not very self-confident and somebody's very controlling, which would lead to a potential codependent relationship. And that could be something that needs to be healed. Maybe you were in a very toxic codependent relationship with this person, and that's why we've got this amazing Six of Cups that was in the reverse. And things from that need healing. It might not be. Like I say, it could just be that either you or them haven't done some shadow work yet, and they are at risk of becoming codependent if they don't do that healing and balance themselves out. We do also have a Seven of Pentacles. Now that's in the reverse. So something needs to be moved forward from. So when the Seven of Pentacles is in the reverse, it's very much, realizing that you can't wait anymore for things to come to fruition, for things to happen. It's very much realizing that, you've got it's time to give up on something. When it's in the upright, it's very much somebody that's planted all the seeds. They're waiting for them to come to fruition. They're sitting there waiting and then being as patient as possible. When it's in the reverse, it's somebody that's not having the patience. And it could very well be that part of this healing is to do with having that patience as well. Maybe somebody is not patiently healing, and maybe they're ready to just jump straight into a new relationship. It could very well be that either you or your person is somebody that doesn't like to heal and doesn't like to deal with certain personality traits that you've got. Maybe you or your person avoid doing the shadow work because you don't like to feel the emotions that come up with it, which you need to feel in order to learn and heal from things. You might not like the guilt feelings that come through, or they might not. It could just be that you might, it could be the shame thing that comes along with it as well. I mean, there's a lot of it, a lot of us have done inner healing work, and it's not nice when you sit and you think and you dwell on stuff, and it's very much like you're having to overthink sometimes to heal from stuff as well. So I can imagine that, if you are going through that or trying to avoid that, I can understand trying to avoid it, but it is something that does need to be going on. There definitely needs to be some healing done. Now, having the patience to go through it as well, having that patience to do the healing is definitely needed. And potentially having patience with somebody that may have recently healed from this. It does suggest to me with this balancing, it could just very much be that somebody needs to balance themselves on the inside. I don't think it's so much balancing work and home life and things like that. Not with these out. I believe this is very much about balancing your inner voice, your inner light, balancing out yourself, knowing whether, being at peace with yourself, coming to that balance and harmony of who you are and what you've done. Now, if you do manage to do this healing and balance yourself out, we do still have an Empress in reverse and a Star card in the reverse in the outcome. Now, again, that Empress in reverse, very much feeling a lack of confidence and is, you know, emotionally overwhelmed. She's not feeling abundant. She's not really getting what she wants. So, and with the Star card in the reverse as well, it's very much a wish that's not coming to fruition. Definitely the need for more healing. It's a feeling of hopelessness, which will very much tie in with that Empress being completely overwhelmed. So let's get clarification on the Empress and the Star card. So I don't know if that's going to be you or your person at the end of this, if you manage, if this challenge of balancing comes through. So get clarification on this Empress and the Star card, please, Spirit. Okay, so somebody could be a little bit depressed. And the reason I say that is we've got this Ace of Wands. Did that come out as well? It did. Now, the Ace of Wands is telling me that somebody, when it's in the reverse, it's telling me that somebody is feeling very much, they've got no energy left. They are not passionate about anything at all. It's like everything's turned to crap kind of energy. Like there's no passion, there's no energy, there's no lust for life. The thirst for anything is gone. Now, whether this is in relation to this person or you, I'm not sure, but somebody is definitely not having any energy at the end of this. Now, it doesn't necessarily mean that it's towards a person. It could just be that if there's a lot of healing going on, it could be, like I say, it could be physical healing, it could be mental healing, physical healing. It could be that somebody is just absolutely exhausted once they've gone through all of this, and they've got no energy anymore, and that could very well be what that Ace of Wands is. We do also have a Two of Swords in the reverse, which is very much making a decision in a selfish way. Doesn't include other people in that decision making. It's very much you make a decision based on what you need and only what you need, and it doesn't take into consideration anybody else's wants or needs at all. Not even if you've got children, they are something that do not come into the decision making with regards to this. Now, we do have an Eight of Cups in the upright, which is walking away from something that's not satisfactory. It's very much starting a new journey, walking away from something that is just that you're not happy with at all. So potentially some sort of something that's, they've had to balance out, something that's been healed from, walking away from whatever that was into something that's going to be new and better. And we've got the World card to clarify that as well. So very much the end of a cycle, a major cycle as well. Now, it wouldn't end if this person, it might not be that your person gets an end to a cycle. If they don't learn their lesson, then they'll just end up repeating the same cycle with somebody else. But this is very much an end to a cycle. So I don't think this is a new relationship. If it is, it's an end to them not communicating with you, and, the separation or the distance, somebody's going to come towards someone else at some point. But I can't see that here. To me, this looks very much like an old relationship. Now, whether it is something you're currently in, whether it is something that has happened from you separated from a past person, this to me looks like something is going to be completed, and something's going to be moved away from. Now, it doesn't necessarily mean that you're ending a relationship. You could be. It's up to you. You've all got free will. This could just be that something that has kept you stuck and that means your relationship hasn't been able to move forward. You know, something that has been keeping you unhappy, that is being moved away from. Somebody's doing some healing and some learning, and you're moving away from that particular thing, and that chapter's going to end, so it's never going to repeat itself. So very much whatever somebody's learning, you know, whatever someone's going through, whatever lessons being learned, it's ending that chapter. So it's not going to happen again, because it's going to come to an end. And we do have the devil coming out to the side as well. Now that devil card is very much telling me that the again, control could be something that's still going to be a bit challenging at the end of this. Because Emperor in the reverse is very, very controlling. But the devil can be, when he's in the upright, is controlling. So control could be a bit of an issue. Maybe there's a bit of a standoff between who's going to have control over something. It could very well be that this Empress in the reverse could be the same Empress. Maybe this, like I say, could be one or the other. And it could be that, you know, the Empress is trying to break free from being in control or being controlled. It could be that somebody is trying their hardest to, you know, rein in that control a little bit. If they are having control issues, if there's a bit of a need for control, that's something that they're trying to walk away from. And they're trying their hardest to learn and move forward from that. It's also suggesting that maybe addictions, overcoming addictions could be a bit challenging as well. So whatever it is that's keeping somebody absolutely exhausted, they are trying to break free and move forward from it. And like I say, it is definitely going to happen, because we've got this ending of the cycle. So whatever this unsatisfactory thing is that somebody's walking away from that's been keeping them stuck, I've got a good feeling it's to do with this devil energy, and it's something that it's going to happen because of that World card there, but it is going to be a bit of a challenge. Now, whether that is going to keep somebody feeling a little bit overwhelmed and a little bit hopeless for now, because it's going to take a while to get there, potentially, because they've just got no energy. But there is definitely a completion that is going to happen, but it does look as though there is a significant amount of healing that needs to go on between both of you in this. Both of you look like you've got things that need to be learned and healed from. Yeah. Like I say, I can't say that this is an ending of a relationship, because I mean, yes, it's an ending of a cycle, but I've got no Four of Wands in the reverse. I've got no Lovers in the reverse. I've got no Two of Cups in the reverse. So I can't say it's definitely an ending of a relationship. Yes, there's a decision that needs to be made in a selfish way, but it doesn't tell me it's an ending of a relationship. It's just an ending of something within a potential relationship. Like I say, something's coming to completion, and there's going to be a new phase of a relationship, possibly a new start once whatever this is completed. Now, whether that's still with this same person, whether that is with somebody new, you know, that is completely up to you. Now, the energies that we have out here, so we have got Aquarius, we've got Leo, Aries, Libra, Leo, Aries, Sagittarius, Leo, Aries, Sagittarius. You're all over this. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, Scorpio, Pisces, Sagittarius, lots and lots and lots of fire energy, and Capricorn. Now, your person could be any of those. They may not be, but they could be. If the reading resonated for you, it resonated for you regardless of whether or not your person is any of those energies. All right, let's get you some Romance Angel Oracle cards, and then we'll get you some Moonology Oracle cards as well. I think this is definitely the longest love reading I've done so far. Yep. All the others have been around 20 to 30 minutes. Okay. So we're doing this situation involves marriage. Now that did come out in the reverse, so potentially divorce, separation. We've got deception. Someone is wearing a false self mask in this relationship. Potentially something to do with that Seven of Swords that we saw, where somebody is needing to come out into the open. Oh, excuse me. Could be that they're trying not to show that they're tired. We've got new love. A new person has stirred your romantic feelings. This could be the one. You've already met the romantic partner you seek. And healing family issues. Your love life benefits as you forgive parents. So potentially that Emperor and Empress that were in the reverse, maybe something to do with parents. Something that they kind of taught you that needs to be healed from. Some core wounding maybe. Could be the person's parents that they need to forgive and heal. Let's get you some Moonology Oracle cards. Okay, so we've got step out of your comfort zone, North Node. Adjustments are required. Third quarter moon, and nothing will come of this situation. Void of course moon. Okay. So I'm going to leave it there for you, Leo. I do hope you enjoyed your reading today. If you did enjoy your reading, don't forget to hit that thumbs up button. Good luck. It does look like it's going to be a very tricky, long-winded healing journey that you'll be going on with your person. But very good luck to you. And thank you for joining me.